And viewers, in a sudden move, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar has resigned from his post citing medical reasons. He has sent his resignation to the President of the country, Draupadi Murmu, and he said that he is stepping down with immediate effect. The letter was written to the President and was posted on an eventful day in Rajya Sabha under his chairmanship, and it says that he is quitting to prioritize healthcare and abide by medical advice. While he was admitted to AIIMS for a few days in March this year and appeared not so well at a few occasions, he has been mostly seen as lively as well as energetic in his public appearances, including in the parliament. And even today, Dhankhar's abrupt resignation nearly 2 years before his tenure was to end has led to a lot of speculation around whether health is the real reason why he hung his boots prematurely. Let's in fact tell you about some of the theories that are now doing the rounds after Dhankhar's rather sudden resignation. Theory number one, lack of clarity in Justice Verma's impeachment case. Was this also a reason why he had tendered his resignation nearly 2 years before the completion of his tenure? Then theory number two, JP Nadda, the union minister and BJP president, saying nothing will go on record except what he says. This, remember, is what transpired earlier today in the first day of the monsoon session of the parliament. The statement could have upset Jagdeep Dhankhar, who was in the chair at that moment when JP Nadda had made those statements. In fact, now we are also getting in some responses coming in from the opposition on this sudden resignation. Let's listen in.
देखिए, जो इस्तीफे का कारण लिखा है, हम तो दुआ करते हैं कि ईश्वर उनको लंबी उम्र दे, सेहत दे और स्वस्थ रहें, यही कामना करते हैं। लेकिन सारा दिन आप काम कर रहे थे और रात को अचानक 2 लाइन के अंदर आ जाए कि साहब स्वास्थ्य कारणों से इस्तीफा दे दिया, तो समझ में नहीं आता क्या वजह है।
It's something quite unexpected, and we don't know what are the real reasons. And I don't think the President of India is going to accept the same. And one reason I can tell you that the Justice Ashok, this Shekhar Yadav's impeachment motion is pending before him. So I think he is likely to proceed with the same. So that must have annoyed the government, especially the BJP leadership. So at this point of time, I can tell you that that can be cited as one of the reasons which led to sending this letter.
कहीं न कहीं किसी एक व्यक्ति के महिमा मंडन के लिए, एक व्यक्ति को बचाने के लिए संसद को फेस करने से, राज्यसभा को फेस करने से, किसी मुद्दों पर चर्चा करना चाहते थे, करवाना चाहते थे, या उन्हें करवाने नहीं दिया, कहीं वहां उनका मन आहत हुआ, या फिर उनके पास कुछ ऐसा है जो सरकार नहीं चाहती है बाहर आए और इसके वजह से उन्होंने इस्तीफा दिया। अगर तबीयत की बात थी तो संसद चलने के पहले ही वो करते थे, 15-20 दिन, महीना भर पहले। ऐसा तो नहीं कि अचानक से तबीयत खराब हो गई है, आज ठीक ही दिख रहे थे। तो कुछ न कुछ दाल में काला है।
So viewers, you heard the responses from the opposition, and now to put this into context, we have our reporters Pragya as well as Rishabh who are joining us on the broadcast. Pragya, to you first, help us understand, there are several theories that are doing the rounds, apart from Jagdeep Dhankhar also of course citing health reasons. There are many who are asking, was there a lack of clarity when it comes to Justice Yashwant Verma's impeachment? Could that have been a reason, or could there have been something to do with what transpired in the parliament earlier today when JP Nadda had spoken of how only what he says will go on record? Could this have upset Jagdeep Dhankhar?
Well, as of now, I would say both the theories look, quite reasonable right now, because this resignation by Mr. Dhankhar is quite a shock to everyone. In fact, he was looking hale and hearty today. However, there are many BJP leaders in the in the parliament today in the morning kept on saying, the Mr. Dhankhar doesn't look very healthy. He has become weak. Was there any hint towards any story that was developing in the parliament? We don't know about that, or was that a general remark by many of the leaders? But having said that, his health has deteriorated, and this is the official reason cited by Mr. Dhankhar himself, that he is not keeping well. Having said that, as opposition leaders are also saying that there is more to this story than meets the eye. It looks that there is something more why Mr. Dhankar has resigned so abruptly, or was it in the, has he decided already? But if he had decided earlier, then he would not have come for the monsoon session, and in fact he had resigned before the monsoon session, giving government ample time to have someone else in place. For the monsoon session, everyone knew when monsoon session was going to be held. So quite in advance, in fact, if I would say. But many sources are saying that there is something regarding, the impeachment motion that has triggered something, and in fact that could be one of the reasons why Mr. Dhankar has resigned. And secondly, the way Mr. Nadda also spoke and said that everything that he is saying will only go on record. Obviously, chair has a dignity, chair has a responsibility also to manage the house and needs to be unbiased as well. So if he points that out to the opposition leaders, he also needs to point it out to the treasury benches. So these are some of the developments that may be troubling him, but it looks like that there is more reason than health.
Absolutely. So the opposition is basically citing some of the examples that you've just cited, Pragya, about how, whether it is about the Justice Verma impeachment case, or is it about how what exactly BJP President JP Nadda said in the Rajya Sabha earlier today. But stay on with us, both Pragya as well as Rishabh. Let's also tell our viewers how Jagdeep Dhankhar is the third vice president of India after V.V. Giri and R. Venkatraman to resign during his tenure. Giri as well as Venkatraman had resigned from the post of vice president to contest the presidential elections. Dhankar will also go down in history as the only vice president against whom the opposition brought a notice of removal for partisan conduct as the chairman of the upper house. But let's also tell our viewers what exactly is going to happen next. So what happens now that the vice president has resigned prematurely? The Election Commission will initiate a process to elect a new vice president. What happens? The Constitution actually mandates that this vacancy must be filled as soon as possible. Now, the next vice president will be chosen by an Electoral College via secret ballot. And the Electoral College, remember, has members of both houses, the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. So it will be a joint election via a secret ballot based on which the next vice president will be selected. And the key criteria, of course, for any candidate who is contesting these elections is that this person should not hold any office of profit. So these are this is exactly what's expected now that Jagdeep Dhankhar has tendered his resignation. Now, of course, the Election Commission is going to step in and is going to try to organize the next election anytime soon. Coming to you, Rishabh, at this point, because what we are learning right now is the Election Commission is mandated to begin the process as soon as possible, because as per the Constitution, this vacancy must be filled as soon as possible. But in how much time are we expecting that to happen?
Well, Rohit, that is something that will eventually happen. As of now, for our viewers, for the benefit of our viewers, this letter has come in from Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. He is still the Vice President. He has tendered his resignation. The resignation has not been accepted or notified by Rashtrapati Bhavan. It is only the President of India, right now, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, who will accept this resignation. And in a way, and as our senior colleague Pragya was also pointing out, that it was sudden. It wasn't in a coordinated way. Otherwise, we would have heard it from other people as well. As of now, all the reactions that we are talking about, we have heard it from Jairam Ramesh, we have heard it from Kapil Sibal, we have heard it from other opposition leaders, RJD, Congress, Samajwadi Party, or DMK or others. We haven't heard it from the governing body. We haven't heard it from the Government of India. We haven't heard it from any member of parliament from the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party or their alliance partners as well. So right now, many suggest that this came as a surprise to even the government as well, and that's the reason that we haven't heard anything from either Prime Minister's office or any of the ministers as well as the member of parliament from Bharatiya Janata Party or their alliance partners. Apart from that, if we talk about election, once this resignation is accepted by the President of India, the Electoral College will choose another vice president. There is no speculated time, but the Constitution suggests that as soon as possible is what we are given to understand. Remember, why there are a lot of questions on this. Jagdeep Dhankhar, as Vice President, also happens to be the ex-officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. He chairs Rajya Sabha. He was on the chair today in Rajya Sabha as well. Today happens to be the first day of monsoon session. If many opposition leaders, as they are saying that if the health was an issue, it could have been yesterday, it could have been a month ago. Remember, this is also unprecedented that the monsoon session dates were announced a month in advance, more than a month in advance, that it will happen from 21st of July to 21st of August by Kiran Rijiju, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. So in last 30, 35, 42 days for that matter, it was announced earlier. So 42 days, everyone knew that today is when Parliament will begin. So if this resignation was on health ground, it could have come yesterday as well, or could have waited for a month.
That's the important point that you've raised there, Rishabh, because many are now questioning the timing, especially when it happens just on the first day of the monsoon session's beginning. You have the resignation of the Vice President coming in. In fact, stay on with us both, Pragya and Rishabh. I also want to play out the response that has come in from Kapil Sibal from earlier today.
I am, in a sense, saddened because I have a very good relationship with him. In fact, I know Dhankar Saab for what, 30, 40 years. We were paired with each other, we were paired against each other in matters. And whenever I needed time to speak in the House, I met him personally in his chamber. And he never refused me and gave me a little more time than is otherwise available to independent members of Parliament. The other thing about Dhankar is that he doesn't hold anything back. Whatever he feels, whatever is in his heart, he speaks with clarity. I am not going to speculate, reasons as to why he has resigned. He has said that it is because of health reasons. So I don't want to speculate. But yes, I can say this, that he perhaps was one of the most proactive chairmen of the Rajya Sabha that we have seen over the years.